Want to know what artificial intelligence thinks you should be doing with your spare time? Buckle up, because we're about to dive into the 10 side hustles that AI believes will pad your bank account in 2026. And spoiler alert, some of them might actually surprise you. Here's the thing. We're living in an era where 83% of coding bootcamp graduates are landing jobs. 69 million creators are flooding YouTube, and somehow everyone's pretending they understand what UX/UI design actually means. The gig economy isn't just knocking at your door anymore. It's already moved in, made coffee, and is asking when you're finally going to monetize that hobby you keep talking about. Let me paint you a picture. Freelance software developers are pulling in $60 to $150 per hour, while the rest of us are still trying to figure out if we should learn Python or just stick to Excel macros. This isn't your grandfather's side hustle of mowing lawns on Saturday. This is the new frontier, where your laptop becomes your printing press and your Wi-Fi connection is literally your lifeline to financial freedom. But here's where it gets interesting. Remember when everyone thought AI would replace human writers? Plot twist copywriters are now charging $50 to $150 an hour specifically because they're human, and turns out people can still smell ChatGPT's robotic prose from a mile away. The irony is almost too delicious to ignore. Now let's talk about the consulting game, where corporate veterans are cashing out their expertise at $75 to $200 an hour, essentially getting paid to tell companies what they probably already know but refuse to admit. You've spent years climbing that corporate ladder. Why not rent out your brain while you're still using it? The education sector is experiencing its own gold rush, with online tutors making $50 to $120 an hour, teaching everything from SAT prep to coding to adults who suddenly realized their high school math teacher was actually trying to help them. We've gone from the dog ate my homework to my internet connection dropped during my Zoom session, and somehow that's progress. Here's what nobody tells you about video editing. Those 69 million YouTube creators desperately need someone who knows the difference between a jump cut and a J cut. At $50 to $100 an hour, you could be the person turning someone's rambling vlog into viral gold, or at least something their mom would share. Virtual assistants are the unsung heroes of the modern economy, making $25 to $50 an hour to essentially be someone's external brain. You'll manage calendars, wrangle emails, and occasionally prevent your boss from accidentally replying all to the entire company. It's like being a professional lifesaver, but with better hours. Social media managers are pulling $20 to $50 an hour to do what most people think is just posting on Instagram. But it's actually a complex dance of analytics, content strategy, and trying to predict what the algorithm gods will favor this week. If you can make a brand go viral, or at least not embarrass itself, you're worth every penny. The creative hustlers selling on Etsy, self-publishing books, and dropping original music tracks aren't making passive income. They're building empires, one handmade candle and one digital download at a time. This is where passion meets profit, where your weird hobby becomes your weird profitable hobby. And then there's real estate photography, where you can earn $50 to $200 per shoot by making a 3-bedroom ranch look like it belongs in Architectural Digest. Throw in some drone footage, and suddenly you're not just a photographer, you're an aerial cinematographer, which sounds way cooler at parties. But let's zoom out for a second. Throughout history, side hustles have always existed. From blacksmiths moonlighting as farriers to secretaries typing up manuscripts at night. The cycle is predictable. Technology creates new opportunities, early adopters cash in, the market saturates, and then new technologies create new opportunities all over again. The beautiful pattern we're seeing now is that expertise compounds. That coding bootcamp leads to freelance work, which leads to consulting, which leads to teaching others, which creates a flywheel of income streams that would make your 9th grade economics teacher weep with joy. We're not just side hustling, we're building portfolios of skills that stack like financial Legos. Here's a misconception everyone gets wrong. You don't need to quit your day job to start a side hustle. And you definitely don't need to be an expert on day one. The entire point is to learn while you earn, to test the waters before diving in, to build your skills in the margins of your existing life. The practical lesson from everyone who successfully navigated this terrain: start small, stay consistent, and for the love of all that's holy, don't bet the farm on your first client. Discipline beats motivation every single time. And your position size, how much time and money you invest, matters infinitely more than your conviction that you're the next big thing. Look, at the end of the day, whether you're coding at midnight, consulting on weekends, or editing videos between Netflix episodes, what matters is the system you build, not the surge of inspiration that got you started. The ones who win aren't the most talented, they're the most persistent, the most strategic, and the most willing to treat their side hustle like the business it actually is. Your next move is simple. Pick one hustle that aligns with your existing skills, commit to it for 90 days, and see what happens. And if you're looking for investment properties while you're building your empire, check out www.growthsense.com, where investors can find and sell investment properties. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel's newsletter to keep up to date with announcements on our channel.